Here's a look at the market from the eMiniDayTrader perspective for Tuesday, February the 10th, 2009. What I'm showing here is our market profiles that are merged together. Most notably, this large one over here was created the short week of the Martin Luther King holiday. And when we have days that are overlapping, mostly overlapping, then obviously the market is much more in a consolidation type mode. And we do expect to move from that mode, which is the natural auction cycle from consolidation to trend or horizontal to vertical. And so obviously what happened once the market left this area, it had a nice rally up. It's come back down and tested this area, which it did last week, and we've had another move up. Now we've had the past couple of days, Friday and Monday, we had another consolidation, so we were anticipating either a move higher today or a move lower. And our inclination was that the major auction direction was still up, but the market would probably pull back a little bit first. That was kind of our scenario going into today. And of course what ended up by happening was that the new Treasury Secretary Geithner went ahead and announced his stimulus plan, and obviously the market did not take that well. But we actually had a bit of a heads up in that that might be the case. So what I got here to show you is the overnight session as well. So this was yesterday, market profile and volume profile, and then this was today. So you can see that what the market did overnight. This is the overnight profile with its corresponding volume profile. And you can see that most of the overnight session, which is the value area shown right here, traded well below yesterday's. And so the market was really giving us a heads up that more than likely the news would not be viewed as favorable, and the market could very well sell off. Of course, going into today and going into the overnight session leading into today, we kind of had that sense because the volume that occurred yesterday's trading was very light. Now, the day before a big news announcement, that often is the case, and it can be misleading. But when we pulled together what had happened in the overnight session here, it led us to believe that this market could very well continue lower. We had a couple of areas in here around 53, around 59, and around 68. And the market did, these were key levels where the market could either find support or resistance. Our first area of resistance was up there at 68. We thought that the market could find support here and then could find support here. And as you can see in the first hour of trading or so, the market came down and hit that area of support almost right to the tick, and then had another bounce up into this area. So this area of support, the market did trade above it and below it. When you take a look at the 1 minute, you'll see that. And then when it started to come down and show that it really did like trading in below here, when the news was released and the market started to break lower and make new lows here, that was kind of the kiss of death, that the market was definitely being controlled by sellers, and that any trade you make for the rest of the day, moving from the mostly horizontal condition, you'd want to be on the short side. So we had several trades here today, and let's take a quick look at the trades here. You'll be able to see them. Let's see here. We've got we have a trade here. Our very first trade actually of the day was off of this. You can see we had a deceleration bar right here, so we're able to get short on that. We had another one here. We were able to get short on that, and both of those trades were nicely profitable. The next time was, now some of our traders actually use this to get short, right in here just below its low. That would be a more aggressive trade. I only talked to actually one of our members that did that today. So that would be a very aggressive trade, but that's the way he likes to trade. We had another deceleration bar here, so another short. We had another one here, so another short. So to get us kicked off here on the day, 1, 2, 3, 4, our first 5 trades here of the day were all short trades and all made money based on our our way of looking at the market and actually having our trades trigger us into those shorts. So the next one actually was over here, the fifth one, because we don't count that one because of the very larger than average risk that we'd have to take in that trade. Here's our deceleration bar in our other short trade. So getting going here to start the day, we had 1, 2, 3, our first 5 trades of the day. This is an S. We're all shorts, and so the trade types that we have, we've developed them in such a way that we've tried to define the auction with these trade types. Now, obviously, they're not going to pinpoint it every time, and they don't. But today is just a great example of the software ability and the trade type and the trades that we've developed in eMiniDayTrader to really define this auction process and allow us to get into the trades in the prevailing direction. Now, we did have another shorting opportunity in here when it came in and hit this balance area. We were stopped out on this short trade. As a result, we ended up by using this deceleration bar to get long. We were able to profit on that trade onto the long side. So that works out well, because not always will we have strict adherence to only taking short trades just because we think that the market is going to continue to head lower. If we do have a good setup for a long trade, we will take it with the idea and the knowledge ahead of time that we going to be a little bit more nimble with the trade, and we expect to hit that first objective within 5 minutes, and if we don't, we're out of the trade. It's also true with all of our trades in the sense that if the market does, if our trade doesn't reach our first objective within 10 minutes, we're out of the trade anyway. Anyway, just to finish the day, we did have another 2 trades in this area. One was stopped out. One was a profitable one on the long side. We were stopped out on the short trade, profitable on the long side, and to finish the day we used this deceleration bar to get long here. The market moved up almost 4 points for us on that. So we had a number of trades today. We actually had about a dozen trades today. We were able to make money on 9 out of 12 of them, and I think our profits on this was it was 67 ticks. So you divide that by 4 and you get you get about 16 some points that we were able to be profitable today. So if you have any questions or any comments, would love to hear from you. Just go ahead and give us a holler, send us an email, and we can be reached at eMiniDayTrader.com or info@eMiniDayTrader.com.